Rev up your engines!
Dawood Sabiha says, what do you think about Land Cruisers? Okay, Land Cruisers are well made. Toyota makes them now. The Land Rovers are rolling piles of junk, the English stuff. But the Land Cruisers are really excellent made vehicles. They can last a long time. But realize they are gas hogs. Those things get horrendous gas mileage because they're huge and they weigh a lot. I mean, the newer ones are better than the old ones. I had customers with the old ones when they were a big straight six-cylinder with giant pistons and standard transmissions, and they got like 7 miles a gallon in town with the AC on, but they can last a really long time. Adam Baum says, Scotty, my 99 Buick Century misfires only between 35 and 45 miles an hour. I checked plug cylinder 3, the plug was worn badly. Replace that and it still happens. What now? Okay, if you find that it's only misfiring at that speed, what you want to do is have a mechanic do what's called a wet and dry compression test of your engine. Because it could be that the number 3 cylinder is just flat wearing out. If that plug is worn badly and the others aren't, it generally means you have a problem in the number 3 cylinder. And if a mechanic says, yes, you know, your wet and dry compression ratios show you got a serious worn part inside your number 3 cylinder, and that's a 99 Buick, you might either live with it or get another car, because to rebuild the engine, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to do it right, so, you know. Hanson 528319 says, big fan Scotty, you recommended regular automatic transmission over CVT, but does Corolla use a CVT? Thanks. Well, for a while you could have a choice. You could get a regular or CVT, and I'd say get the regular. But my son bought one with a CVT that was a year old, and he loves it. He says it gets better gas mileage than it was even rated for, so, yeah, you know, I'm not a big fan of how CVTs drive. I personally like a standard anyways, but Toyota makes pretty good stuff. That said, do not buy a Subaru CVT. Do not buy a Nissan CVT, because you're going to have problems. They've had lots of problems with those. Dexbolt says, Scotty, do you think it's a bad idea to put a turbo into a 2000 Honda Civic with more than 220,000 miles? Well, it is if you don't want to rebuild the engine. Realize, Honda makes very good engines. They were originally a motorcycle company, so their engines are top-notch. Their automatic transmissions, and their CV transmissions, but their engines, really strong engines. But that said, they're made for what size they have and what power. So you take a little bitty Civic engine, it's got 220,000 miles, and you put a turbo on it, you'll probably end up blowing the engine. That said, if you want to rebuild the engine or put a later model engine in it, a turbo, go right ahead. They're strong engines, but with that kind of mileage, you're kind of pushing your luck adding a turbocharger now.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.